2026. It is 2026. Can you believe it? It's fantastic. I know, Rose, you didn't want the music to go off because you are enjoying the romanticness of the music. Love, love, love. We must share love. We must spread love. We must appreciate love. Happy New Year. Can I say Happy New Year on the chat? It is my year. I know everyone says it's their year, but it is my year. This is my year. And as a result of you being here at this time, in this place with us, talking about experience management, it is also your year. We claim this year. We say it's our year and it's going to be great. Like, how much better could it be than to start the year talking about customer experience management? Hey, Wanjao, I see you. I salute you. Wanjao is such an experienced champion. We see you. Steve Morrow, hey, the man is in the house. Karibu Kaka, welcome. Lucy, welcome. Ruth is forever a very die-hard enthusiast of experience excellence. This is a fantastic lady here. Happy New Year to you, Ruth, Diana. Happy New Year. Another Steven. There are two Stevens in their house. Can you imagine that? Yes. This is just, it's it. This is it. We are just, as you can see, it's too exciting a time. We are living in such an exciting time. Here we are talking about customer experience excellence and what to do, how we should do it, when we should do it, with whom we should do it, in what manner we should do it. Awesome. Let me share my screen. Yeah. So what are we doing? Why are we here? This is our monthly customer and employee experience Q&A webinar. We do this every month, every third Monday of the month. We ask questions, we answer the questions, we empower ourselves. We have a good lunch on a Monday. So when people are having Monday blues, you know that disease called Monday blues? As we don't have that disease, we are looking forward to Monday so that we can empower, equip ourselves, and just soak in experience management. Yeah, I see you in the chat, Mercy. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year. Lovely to see you here. All right, this is what we do every third Monday. Sasa. Usually, let me tell you, and when someone says, let me tell you, no, it's coming. Let me tell you, usually, I'm the host. Usually, I'm the one who says, oh, we are welcoming this guest to speak to us. Oh, so-and-so is our speaker for the day. So-and-so is the consultant subject matter expert to take us through this. Here today. I am self-introducing myself. Is that English? Even if it is not English, the English can just English. It came by ship. I am self-introducing myself. And then this photo, as you can see, I've really tried to be like that photo. I hope I look like the photo. I tried my best to look like the photo. And I said, because I am the speaker, let me not wear weekend wear. Let me wear some serious. I hope I look serious. Please tell me that I look serious like a speaker of the day. So welcome, good people. I am the speaker for the day. My name is Carol Gaduru, very, very passionate about experience management. I've been doing this for the last 25 years. Can you imagine my life's blood? I run life skills consulting. We do all kinds of experience management work, strategy work, communication, leadership development. You can look us up. I'll not say all those things. I am in advisory at the Institute of Customer Experience in Kenya. If you don't know what that is, please look it up. You need to be a member for as long as you're passionate about experience. That is where to be. And our topic today is customer expectations. Customer expectations. Can we really meet customer expectations? Is it possible? Are we able to listen to the voices of our customers and respond appropriately? So let's dive into it. This is what we are going to do. We are going to look at customer expectations and needs. We are going to look at customer complaints, and then what next? So please, this is lunch. We are serving it in layers. So this is the soup. For those of you who like soup, for those of you who like salads, this is the salad. You know, it's January. It's the month for cabbage. So this is masala. Maybe it's Chinese cabbage or it is red cabbage. It's not that cabbage. Yeah. So let us get our cabbage eating, our soup eating going. So what is the fundamental question that we want to answer? This is the fundamental question that we want to answer. Fundamental customer experience question. It is said the customer is always right. The customer is always right. This thing is preached everywhere. This thing is said in all spaces. The customer is always right. We are asking today, is the customer always right? Question mark. Is the customer always right? Highlight, bold, underline, always. Always right? And why do we have to answer this? Because when we are talking about experience management, when we have themes and ethos and values that drive us with regards to experience management, we must preach the good gospel of experience management, convert, and have people be evangelists for experience management. So it means that the gospel of customer experience must be correct gospel. We cannot be preaching our own crazy things, and we cannot be false prophets. We refuse to be false prophets. And so we are declaring this January 2026 that this matter of the customer is always right. We will stop it forthwith. We will stop it right away. We will stop saying this. It is the end, and the very end. Why? 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 I'm sure you're asking why. Why are we stopping it? We are stopping it because of the fundamental customer experience truth. And now this is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth is the customer may not always be right. Customers make mistakes. Customers do not read. Many times they don't read the fine print, especially those where agreements, people just say, I agree, they have not read a thing. Many times they are not right. Sometimes customers will even want to come and pawn you. True story. They will want to shortcut the system. They want to, jump round the back and even try to see you behind a tent. So is the customer always right? No. The customer may not always be right, but, you see that but there? They are the customer. We love our customers. They are important to us. This is where the money comes from. In any institution, even if it is not a proper business, even if we're in social impact, even if we are in government, the stakeholder is the customer. This is where revenues come from. This is where revenues come from. The stakeholder is the right. And so therefore, that customer group, that stakeholder group, that partner, if we're in the donor space, if we're in the development partner space, that's the customer. And that group, is where the money space, is that's coming. The customer. And so therefore, the customer may not always be right, but they are the customer. So let the customer be wrong, but with courtesy, dignity, and respect. Because when we start saying the customer is always right, and we know the customer is wrong, say, for example, the customer has come to your shop. Let's even take a physical shop. They did not check the opening hours. They did not check the closing hours. You've closed. And the customer starts making all kinds of noises. I've come all the way. You are closed. You're never open. In our minds, if we think the customer is always right, we'll be very defensive and we'll want to say, but haven't you read? Sometimes even people point to you at notices and signs. Read there. Haven't you read? Because in that space, we are thinking, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, and I am right. But if we get rid of that thing of wrong and right, if we get rid of the mentality of wrong and right, we will let the customer be wrong, but handle them with courtesy, with dignity, and with respect. Those things we shall not compromise. So the customer is wrong. We shall not fight with them. We will listen to them. We will understand them. We will handle them with courtesy, dignity, and respect, and try to walk them down the right path without fighting that the customer is always right. The other thing that this thing does, this customer is always right thing, is it disenfranchises the internal customer. It disenfranchises the staff. It disenfranchises the employee. Because what happens if we say the customer is always right and an employee has been in a customer conflict situation with a customer? Then what? What are we trying to tell that person? What are we trying to tell the person that works for us? That they are wrong, that they don't matter, that another voice matters, that they are useless, that they are invalid, we invalidate them. So we need to be very careful. We need to be very careful. We need to do what matters. Sometimes we are so hell-bent on being right, wrong, right, wrong, right, wrong, we lose track. And so therefore, what are we saying? We are saying that this principle is what we shall work with, what we shall run with, what we shall internalize, what we shall write in our hearts, that it might not depart from us. The principle of courtesy, of dignity, and of respect. We call it CDR. Always. So customer is not right. Customer is all over the place. Customer is insisting on things you're wondering. In your head, you're thinking, are you for real? Are you for real? But we will think about them and say, where are they coming from? What is causing them to say this? What's going on over there with them? And handle them with courtesy, dignity, and respect. We can never go wrong when we use the CDR principle. So let's just go back a little bit. Is the customer always right? No. The customer may not always be right, but they are the customer. And we shall not compromise on courtesy, on dignity, and on respect. So let's take this and let us run with it in our businesses, in the institutions we are in, with whoever we are leading. And this, remember, internal customer is your staff, your employee, your worker, your workforce, your partners, your outsourced services, whoever is working for you. But the internal customer, and the first and foremost internal customer, are the people that are in your home, the people that you live with, the people that are with you, your loved ones. This thing of I'm right, you're wrong, I'm right, I want to make you wrong, I want to prove myself right, it starts from there. Chaos starts from there. And so therefore, if we are handling our loved ones with courtesy, with dignity, and with respect, even in a conflict situation, that respect will never leave us, even when we are having a conflict. We have conflict between the two of us, and I'm respecting you in your disagreement. I'm respecting your point of view. I'm respecting your truth, even if it differs from mine. We will never go wrong. And it starts at home. Let us not say, we're going to do it at work. Oh, we're going to do it in the community. Oh. It starts at home. And those are our principal customers. So yeah, this is what we are saying today. So let's ask ourselves. So the customer is not always right. We need to handle them with courtesy, dignity, and respect. But what are their expectations? What are their needs? What is it? What's going on over there? So to handle you in that way, and when you're not right especially, we talk about two things. We talk about the functional needs of the customer and the emotional needs of the customer. And we need to know these things. Like, what are the functional needs? The functional needs, I need to buy something, I need to eat something, I need a service from this consultant, there's a trader here, I need to procure these goods and services from them. A functional need is, why did I come? I came to buy an insurance policy. I came to buy a truck. I need training, I need to be trained. Whatever it is we are selling, I've gone online and I want to buy a dress. The dress is my functional need. What is my emotional need as the customer? So that we can handle them in a manner that is deemed fit, especially in a time of conflict or when the customer is not right or their expectations are out of the box. We need to know their needs always, when things are going well and they're not going well. So what is the emotional need of the customer? Let's say, for example, it's that customer who wants to buy a dress online. What's their need? What's her needs? Or what's his needs? It's the need to look great. It's the need for identity. It's the need to feel worthy. If it's for a function, It's for them to stand out and to look great, and for people to affirm them that, oh, your dress is so amazing. You look glorious. You look fabulous. You look like you're like the sun has risen on your head. So the functional need here is to buy a ceremonial dress. What is the emotional need? And when we know the emotional need, we are able to speak into that emotional need. Because for sure, emotional needs are often more important than the functional need. So you're running an M-Pesa shop and the customer has come to your M-Pesa shop. What is their need? The need is the money, it's the transaction, right? But what is it? So that when we are saying there's no plot, when we are saying that the step is down, when we are what is it we are saying? And how do we speak in a manner that speaks into their emotional need? If we crack this, we are good. We are very good. We are very good. Both things are important and we must meet them consistently. But the emotional need is very, very important. Let's say, for example, a customer has complained and they say, let's look at something that cuts across. I sent you an email. Nobody has responded to my email. You think that my time is just to be wasted by the likes of you. You think I am not important. I have had to come here physically by myself. Nobody ever seems to respond to emails nowadays. Why did you even have to put up this email in the first place? What are your turnaround times? Why should you people respond in this? We are in 2026 in the digital age. How is it that you are not responding to my email? What is the customer's functional need there? What is the customer's functional need? The functional need is that that email is responded to. Whatever they were inquiring, whatever they were asking, whatever they wrote, whatever was there in their communication, that's the functional need. But if we start to tell them about a functional need in the space of a conflict situation, in a space where they are not right even, in a space where things are friction, there's friction, we will have lost the plot. What is it we need to say to this customer? What are they looking for? When a customer says, you think my email is not important, what is it they're looking for? You think you're wasting my time. What are they looking for? In this day and age, what are they looking for? What is the emotional need of that customer? This is not a rhetorical question. Please type in the chat. I will be patient. What is that specific customer's emotional need? And yes, you're right, Rose. Insisting on being right ruins relationships. It's an ego thing, very egocentric, and it ruins relationships. Agreed 100. So good people, this customer who's complaining about this email so much, they've even brought themselves physically, or they've gone online now to shout there because you are not answering them in the inbox. They're now shouting on social media like that. What exactly is the emotional need? Let's see. Liz, they want to feel heard, listened to, and that they're important. Makofi sana, makofi sana. Rose, they want to be heard. Yes, they want to be heard. They want to be heard indeed. Yeah, that's the emotional need. Wanjao, the emotional need is empathy. Yes, 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 yes. Sarah, they want to be treated like royalty. Indeed, indeed. They want to feel royal up there. They want to be heard and valued. Catherine, you're talking about valued. Yes. Lucy, they want to be taken seriously. 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 Faith, they want to be acknowledged and made to feel important. Acknowledged. You people, you are A plus. You know, the results for KCSE have just come out the other day. You have scored A plus. I don't know if there's A plus, but you have A plus. A plus. Be seen, be heard, be acknowledged, feel important, feel valued, feel like royalty, empathized with, listened to, all of the above. A plus. So the question is, it happens in language. So when the customer is saying these things, and we are responding to the customer saying, you are very important to us. You're very important. Whatever you are saying here, we are really listening and listening seriously. Seriously listening. That will bring down the customer to a space where They know that you have heard them beyond just their functional needs. You are hearing their emotional needs to be reassured, to be empathized with, to be felt, to be heard, to be seen. People feel so unseen nowadays. People feel so invisible nowadays. So they go to shout in places. They go to shout on social media that you may see them, you may hear them. They have attention deficit. They want you to feed that attention deficit. And so therefore, let us figure out what are the customer's emotional needs and speak into that. And we will manage this situation of the customer is always right, quote unquote. They are not, but we will handle them with courtesy, dignity, and respect. And the things that we are talking about here about their needs, these are their expectations, said and unsaid. Because not always will the customer come and say, I need you to see me. I need you to feel me. I need you to acknowledge me. I need you to empathize with me. I need you to respect me. Customers don't say that. But when we are listening beyond the listening, we will hear this. We will hear their expectations. We will align to those expectations and we will win all the time, every time. And this has nothing to do with business. This is everybody. Because they are human beings in business, in government, in social impact, as a consultant, as a trader on the shop floor, everybody, every customer, every stakeholder is a human being, and we have these needs. So let us differentiate the functional and emotional needs and speak into that loudly and clearly. And I love this woman. I love her. Listen to this. I have learned that people will forget what you said. They will forget what you did, but they will never forget how you made them feel. Did they feel hard? Let me go back to the chat section, which is the Kenya. The marking scheme is here in the chat section. Did they feel hard? That is Rose. Did they feel empathized with? Wanja. Did they feel like you treated them like royalty? Sarah. Catherine, did they feel valued? Lucy, did they feel like you took them seriously? Faith, did they feel acknowledged? Dixon, did they feel seen? So customers will never forget how you made them feel. So when we leave here, we audit every customer interaction. And remember, the customer here is also the internal customer, the rider who does the delivery, the staff member with you, their partner, your co-founder, if you are in business, your team, if you're leading a team, whoever it is. We audit at the end of the day and we ask ourselves, did I make this person feel heard, listened to, acknowledged, like royalty, felt, empathized with, serious? Did I take them seriously? How did I make them feel? So this audit is an audit that we are going to do starting today. Today is, what's the date? 19th January. We shall be auditing because this is what causes business sustainability. This is what causes organizations to stand firm hundreds of years to come. You know, we are accused as Kenyans, Africans in general, that we are unable to sustain businesses beyond founders. We are unable to sustain institutions. They collapse. That we don't have institutions that are more than 100+ years old. And if they are there, they can only be counted. In fact, those that are 50 years plus can only be counted in less than one hand. Why? Why? This is the firm foundation on which sustainability lies, because for sure, as the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, every customer remembers how we made them feel. They might not even remember the institution. They will buy that place. They are where they are toxic. They look down upon you. They have a lot of bile. These customers even describe how they were feeling. And they go home and they tell the people around them. So let's run with the spirit of Maya Angelou and let's ensure we audit, audit, audit. Our second agenda for today, we've talked about, is the customer always right? If they are not always right, what do we do? How do we need to handle them? What are their needs and expectations? And what kind of audit are we going to audit ourselves, our teams, our partners, our suppliers, whoever we are working with? about how they are making people feel. We write, we are flying, we are riding. Now we want to talk about customer situations. And you note here we are talking about situations because many times we say handling challenging customers, handling challenging customers, handling difficult customers, handling difficult customers. So when you label me difficult, sumbua, huyo ni customer sumbua. Sometimes it's even your colleague, huyo ni sumbua. Behind their back, we say that. If we label it that way, it causes us as human beings to really stigmatize and really stereotype because it's not a challenging customer. It is the situation that's challenging. It's not a difficult customer. It is the situation that's difficult. And so therefore, if we internalize that is the situation, we divorce ourselves from high emotion because you can't be emotional about an inanimate thing. What is a situation? If you say difficult customer, I'm telling you, you can beat a customer. True story. A customer can trigger you to the extent that you will beat them. Then you wonder what happened. What happened? Rose is the queen of emotional intelligence. She will tell you are having an amygdala hijack, an attack. And before you know what has happened, that in your amygdala here behind, you have responded at base level and beaten somebody or shouted at them or told them unpalatable words because this customer is difficult. It's a human being. But how do you shout at a situation? What's a situation? How does it even, what is a situation? How does it look? How does it talk? A situation cannot talk. A situation cannot speak. So if we dissect that in our heads and divorce ourselves from saying customer, difficult customer, and we say this situation has conflict in it, this situation needs to be addressed, this situation is not going the way it should go, etc., we will be calm. We will respond and not react. Right. So first and foremost, it is the situation. We are rewiring our language. I said this is the new year. New year, new things. New gospel of customer experience excellence. Yeah? New blueprints. We are going to preach what matters. And it comes in what we say. So we have stopped saying customer sumbua. We've stopped saying difficult customer. We've stopped saying challenging customer. It's the situation. And let us say that all the time. So if we hear a colleague, hear someone say, oh, the customer sumbua, or the customer is very challenging, it's the situation. Let's rewire that. So how do we handle this? There's no one shoe fits all because the situations are different. They are very different. But there's a general guideline. There's a general guideline. And so therefore we can use this and adapt this guideline to what our situation is. So first and foremost, we are handling it. There's a situation. Don't take it personally. Sometimes we take it personally. A customer is saying, this shoe is useless. The heel came out the other day. What am I hearing? You, Carol, you are useless. You cannot even hold it together. So if I take it personally, I will flip, I will blow. You will have to come and hold me because I will peter with the customer, I'll pass with them. So we don't take it personally. It is it's inanimate, it's the situation, it's a product, it's the process, it's a situation. So let's not take things personally. We need to think through that. We've talked about courtesy, dignity, and respect. Even if I want to tell the customer unprintables, let's remember CDR. In fact, in experience management, we say, please think about your mother. Think about your mother. If you can't tell your mother that thing, don't tell it to the customer. Because ultimately, we handle our mothers with a lot of courtesy, dignity, respect. That is how we do it. Your mother is the most precious elder that you know. So courtesy, dignity, and respect, we shall never compromise on that. Focus on the problem. What is the problem? So the customer is speaking or writing or emailing or WhatsApping with emojis, and there's a lot of noise. If we cut off the noise, what is this customer saying? Because the customer said, they've come to say something. We might not like how they are saying it, but they've come to say something. What is the customer actually saying? An expectation has not been met. They're asking about something. There's information they need. They're complaining about our product, our service, misinformation. There's something. So if we remove all the noise and focus on the actual problem, we'll be able to handle it. We'll be able to handle it. Where a customer is complaining in a public space, and public space here is in your shop, in your front office, in a waiting area, online. Online has become the biggest public space that you can ever imagine. If the customer is complaining in a public space, respond to them with courtesy, dignity, and respect, and isolate them as quickly as you can. Move this customer away from that public space. Respond to them. Don't ignore them, especially online. Don't ignore them. Respond and acknowledge and move them to the DM, move them to a phone call, move them. Because the bigger the audience, the more the drama. Because for me to come and really agitate, there must be an audience for me. It can't be an audience of one. And so if there are people even try to engage others and start saying, hey, see even you're being delayed. See even you're waited here for long. And if it is online, they will start to gather masses to affirm their complaint. So we isolate as best possible. Try. It's not always 100% possible, but most of the time you can isolate, and deal with it. The drama will go down. Get reinforcement. Sometimes the thing that you want to solve requires somebody else to help you. It requires somebody else's voice. Sometimes the thing you have said is the same thing as the other person is going to say, but because a different voice has come, it is possible to sort it. For example, I'm thinking of like the worst case scenario. Last year, not 2025, I think it was 2024. My head is still in 25. In 2024, we had a very serious airline crisis where a customer was so irate, was so agitated, was so chaotic, they removed from their handbag and threw used sanitary pads at the airline attendant. I think you all remember this story. If you don't, it is online. Like, how much worse can it get? First of all, what kind of person is this walking around with used sanitary towels in their bag and ready to throw them at another person? Like, how degrading is that? And you see, and as much as we are saying here, be courteous, be what we are human beings, you can be triggered by something that can trigger you to no end. And so therefore, if you feel your feeling trigger is coming, this person is annoying me, I'm about to blow up, we need to escalate. Like in that situation, the next attendant was looking in. The next attendant who was there and wasn't serving somebody else was really observing this whole situation and wondering what is going on. But because that colleague is not the one triggered, that colleague is not the one who has been thrown sanitary towels at, that is your reinforcement. Because for you, you're in a space and a state, and you cannot reason properly. That person should have stepped in and told our colleague, let me handle this. And courtesy, dignity, and respect, please step aside, let me handle this. And that courtesy, dignity, and respect would have come because the colleague is not in that space. Both of us cannot be just blowing up. Yeah, and so words were exchanged there. Let's escalate, let's get reinforcement. You can always feel when something is getting out of control, call for help. And don't leave the customer there if it's you calling for help. First of all, if you see your colleague needs help, jump in very fast. Don't wait. Teamwork. If it is you feeling, tell the customer you know you're very important. This situation requires a lot of seriousness. Give me a minute, I'll be right back. And off you go to get reinforcement or to breathe a bit. Assess yourself. And we've talked about this the whole time. You need to know yourself well. I need to know me as Carol here. I'm not going to say something nice. So that then, because really, truly, we are not robots and we are not machines. We are not. We are human beings. And to be human is to err. To be human sometimes is to get angry. It's what we do with our anger that's the issue. So if my emotional state is in a space, I should not type. I should not bang anything. Or if I bang it, I should bang it, then call Emily and tell Emily, Emily, please come and read this thing for me. I'm losing emotional intelligence here. Right. So this is the general guide. General. And as we look at this guide, let's look at the framework. We'll look at the framework and then we'll take questions. This is the framework. The framework is LEARN. It's the acronym LEARN. LEARN. Something has happened. It's gone wrong. Customer expectations are through the roof. They are here with us. It's crazy. We listen. Really, really, really listen. You see, in all of these great things that you have said is the emotional need of the customer is to be listened to be felt, to be heard, to be acknowledged. We will really listen even if the customer seems like they're speaking rubbish. Sometimes you are looking at a customer and you're wondering, like what? Like what? But we need to listen, and we need to be careful because we listen with our eyes. We listen with our bodies. So let's listen in a way that doesn't show that we are rolling eyes and what is this person really saying here. So let's really listen. 2 is empathize, and it came through, and Giles spoke about empathize. We need to show empathy. We need to show concern. We need to take the customer seriously. Catherine talked about seriously. So the E is E, empathize, always. Empathize with the customer's distress. This is apologize. Apologize. We should apologize. Provide an apology. Kindly bear with us. We regret this situation. Please find it in your heart to bear with. Find the language. The reason why here apology is in brackets is because we must apologize within reason and within context. Because sometimes, you remember we have said the customer is not always right. Sometimes there are customers waiting to poke you, waiting to push you, then you fall. Then when you fall and you start apologizing, everything you say can and will be used against you. And the customer who has triggered you and caused you to collapse will be recording all of this with screenshots, with recordings, and they will say you apologized. And because you apologized, you have taken liability. Because an apology is an admission of liability. So for example, let's say the customer bought something from you. There's a no refund, no return policy. All right? They buy it, they use it, they want to return it. They start to make noise all over the place. You start saying, oh, I'm sorry, I apologize, we are sorry, I apologize on behalf of the institution, we are very sorry about that. I am very sorry about that. What are you sorry for? What exactly are you sorry for? Because the minute you start saying, I am sorry, it means that you are sorry. Why are you sorry? What are you sorry for? You can tie yourself into things because one, you're not going to take the thing back. Maybe it's a perishable. Maybe it's a sensitive item that cannot be returned. So what do you say? Remember, the customer is recording you. The customer is screenshotting you. The customer is listening to you and will repeat what you're saying. So when we are apologizing, we must apologize when the context is not clear. If we've done something wrong, for sure, apologize full on, full blown, full on and full blown. If we haven't, and it's a gray area, what we will do instead is apologize for the situation. We are really sorry you feel this way. If the customer records you, you will be saying feels. Remember, you're apologizing for their feelings, not their thing. We are really sorry that you are upset. We are sorry that things are not going the way you imagined. Of course, it's not going the way they imagined. But when you apologize like that, you will bring the customer to a space where you can have a conversation with them. Because remember here, we need to bring the customer to a space where we can talk. If they are hot, if they are all over the place, and you're trying to say sorry to bring them down, it won't work if you are admitting liability. So you're sorry about the feelings, you're sorry about not meeting the expectation, you're sorry about that. They will come down, we have a conversation. So please, let us be very clear about this matter of apologizing. The R for learn, it is learn, L-E-A-R-N, is respond. Please respond. Respond, jump into the thing very fast. We know we say all customers are equal, But the customer that's complaining, and especially complaining online and complaining with a lot of noise, manage our other customers. Jump into this one very fast, because it takes just a few seconds online to bring down a whole brand. It does. We have seen it happening. And if you leave a vacuum there, you leave a vacuum without responding, acknowledging, saying something, taking notes, people will feel, nature abhors a vacuum. People will fill in that vacuum with all manner of crazy things. And you know us, we are creative. And it will be a situation and I have to respond to. So jump in quickly, say acknowledge, we have seen your complaint, we are taking action on it, we will give you, say something, jump in quickly. And when we jump in quickly, we do it now. Now we prioritize. Prioritize, do it now. Give the customer feedback at the soonest possible. Even if we don't have feedback right now, we come back and say, you complained about this thing. We are just checking in to tell you we are still on it. We have not forgotten you. We are still on it. It's taking slightly longer than we thought. We will come back to you. Then the customer will not come and say, you're taking so long. I told you this thing in the morning and you not come back to me. It's 2 days now. Have you forgotten me? Then we start saying, no, we have not forgotten you. No. Proactivity, 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 and more proactivity. So we listen, we empathize, we apologize, we respond, and we do it now. Now. And the now involves closing the loop. We give feedback, we update the customer, we make promises, we keep the promises. If at all the promise cannot be kept, we come back and recommit. Because for sure, let's say we told the customer we'll get back to you in 24 hours. And the customer is expecting 24 hours because it's you who told them. It's you who told them. It's not the customer who said, you said. Then you go to the back end and you find this thing here. This is going to take more than 24 hours. So we shouldn't wait until 24 hours and the customer, this is what usually happens. The customer says, you told me 24 hours. What's happening to your turnaround time? What's going on with you? See, you're liars. You never keep your promises. And then they pile on, and they go to shout in places because you're not listening. So before the 24 hours, because we know, you can already tell, it won't get to 24 hours, then you know you're not going to make it. By even hour 10, by hour 18, even by hour 20, you know. So we come back before and tell the customer, indeed, we said 24 hours. This thing requires for us to take a deeper look into it. We are requesting that you give us a little bit more time. We will keep you updated and we will come back to you. The customer will say, thank you for updating me. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you for this information. They will actually thank you. So we can turn around service failure. We can turn around customer conflict situations. We can turn around a space where customers' expectations are not being met. We can turn around customer situations where they are wrong and we want to bring them back right by the way we speak. And when we do this, because it all happens in language and in activity, when we speak, the customer comes back better. We always say in experience management how a customer for whom service has failed and we have restored that service failure and we have solved the issue and done it to satisfaction, that customer is more loyal than the customer who just came once or just came and something hasn't happened, because they know and understand, and we are human beings, they know and understand that for sure things will go wrong. They are also in business, they are also in workplaces, they also run their own institutions or are part of. But a customer will say, hiya, this is how these people behave when things go wrong. They take things so seriously. They update you, they correct, they put in place preventive action, they make good. I'm sticking with these ones. I've seen them through the hills and the valleys. I've seen them through thick and thin. And remember, our relationship with customers is a relationship. Yeah, we were listening to romantic songs earlier, just before we were starting this webinar. It's like a relationship. The person with whom you've been in the trenches, not just on beautiful dates and going out there to see nice things. You've been in the trenches and this person has stood firm, they've stood fast, they have made things right, they've corrected what was wrong, they have, held you through whatever needs to be held through, they've been with you through that one is till death do us part, like really, like till death do us part. And so This is what we are saying we need to do for our customers. Let's run with it. Let us use the LEARN acronym. Let us manage our customers' expectations. Let's be careful about our language. And let us start this year knowing that for sure we have the capacity to understand customers' expectations. We have the capacity to deal with customers well. We have the capacity to have our institutions, our businesses, our hustles, our whatever it is we are running as our vocations, as our gifts, as our talents, the way we express ourselves in the workplace, in business, to be on a firm foundation of experience excellence. It can be done. It must be done. And we are saying here, it will be done by us. Sure. I want to stop there and take any questions. We have our 10 minutes for questions. Any questions you have, any clarifications, anything, you can put them in the chat and we can pick them up from there. And meanwhile, we talked about we've had so many great subjects, and some of the speakers are actually even here in the house with us, and even others that are going to come. We want to talk about systems, processes. I can see Daniel Esilaba is here. I can see Caleb, the digital guru, is here as well. We have all our speakers here. If you want to see the previous webinars and what has been spoken about, and what's going to be spoken about, we have them on YouTube. Emily is going to share the YouTube link on the chat, so you can go there and work backwards and see what we have been talking about so that we can equip ourselves. Yeah, we have said here now, hey, we have seen in the last 2 weeks how YouTube is a phenomenon. YouTube can overthrow governments, because how can one individual have 50 million subscribers plus? We're not talking about Mr. Beast, I don't know, who has 430 something. We are just talking about this young man. 50 million is a whole country, right? There are countries without 50 million citizens. So yeah, why not? We need to have experience management out there, and we need to take this conversation forward. So the YouTube channel is there. Please go in and equip yourself. Yes, Lucy. Thank you so much, Caroline. This is a much needed insight on customer interaction. Have a good afternoon. Until next month. Yes, the 3rd Monday of February, we will be there. Lucy, your takeaways: the customer is not always right, but when courtesy, dignity, and respect are upheld, the experience is always right. This is a quotable quote and a tweetable tweet. Lucy, we shall put this one as a quote with your name on it. Wahenga walisema. Lucy, you're one of the wahengas. We can see you here now. Very nice. Any questions we have or comments before we wrap up for the day? Anyone with something you want insight on? Any comments you have? Any area you have a challenge before we call this a wonderful lunchtime and we go off and do what is right and do what matters? Because we've said we will do what matters. All right. Let's see. Siburugu, go well out. Carol, good stuff to kickstart the year. Yes, indeed. Daniel, yeah, we want a session on CX issues on a legal basis. All right, we will bring a learned friend. We will find a speaker who is a learned friend. We actually have one in the CX circles who has been doing this for over 30 years. We will call Johanna to come and speak to us. Customer relationship management we'll cover today. Yes, Brian, thank you. Mercy, I have been auditing myself as I listen. Yes, audit, and more audit. So good people, thank you. We want to, Faith says, thank you for the insightful session. My question is dealing with difficult customer situations. Please add situations, Faith, who sometimes feel impossible to please. What tips would you give for recovery from dealing with them? They can drain you. They can drain you so much, Faith. Customers can drain you. Tina, thank you for your wonderful words. Faith, this is what we need to do. First and foremost, we must look after ourselves. We are customer 001. Without being well, we can never handle the customers well, no matter what we do. So we must look after ourselves. We must know what energizes us and what drains us. If we feel that a customer situation is draining us, we must be able to, one, step away from it a little bit and recover and come back. Just even go and breathe and come back. Two, to ask ourselves, this thing is draining me. How can I equip myself better to turn these things around faster? Because this customer who is impossible to please, it means we are trying and it's not getting through. We are trying and it's not getting through. So what is their emotional need? Most likely there it's not functional. Because if it is functional, they came to buy something, you sell. They came for a service, you give them. They want communication, you communicate. They want this either doable or not. But if you see a customer is repeatedly impossible to please, they have come for something else. Maybe they're not listened to at home and they've come to make noise so that you may listen to them. Maybe they have attention deficit. Here is where they are coming to seek attention because in their life they don't have. Maybe they want to feel important because nobody ever causes them to feel affirmed and edified and important in their life. There must be something. So Faith, it is for us to be discerning, to ask this impossible customer to please, what is their emotional need? The moment you speak into that, they will stop. They themselves will have found what they came for. Really. If you tell the customer you are important, actually, without you, we are not able to exist here. We are listening to you. We are taking you seriously. Let me put that down in writing. Repeat. Let me put that down in writing. When you tell a customer that they feel important, they feel seen, they feel heard, they will stop being impossible. Because sometimes situations, for sure, Faith, true story, they can really drain you. And we wish grace and more grace upon each and every one of you as you deal with customers. It is not easy to handle customer situations. It's not easy to handle different types of customers. They can really cause you to feel unwell. And so, yeah, if customer is impossible, just track. What did they say this time? What did they say this time? What are they complaining about this time? Track the trend, track the thread, listen to what they are saying and not saying, speak into their emotional needs. And good people, with that, we want to say it's been great. It's been real. Let's leave with our quote that we always leave ourselves with. This is our quote for the day and for all our sessions. And we want to leave you with a great quote that says, delightful experiences don't happen by default, not by mistake, not by chance. This is the result of intentionality to exceed customer expectations. So we are intentional. New year, new me, new way of handling the customer, new CX gospel, new communication, new empowerment, new us. And so go off into the year very empowered. Join our WhatsApp platform. Emily has put it on the chat. We have question and answer in this space. Every Monday, you can ask any question. We shall respond to you. And let's get things moving. Kenya is a great country. Africa is a great continent. We are the home of experience excellence. Let's make it happen, you and I. You and I. So bye, everyone. Have a blessed afternoon ahead. And we meet in February, the 3rd Monday of February. See you then. And thank you for coming. Asanteni sana. Bye. Bye-bye.